In terms of unconscious level of the psyche, how can you know whether the incoming information undergoes processing in the right way, or does the intelligence process the information erratically? How to make sure the algorithm of your subconscious functions error-free? Figuratively speaking, the subconscious level is the autopilot, and the conscious level is the pilot. Now there is an issue, whether to provide the pilot with the capacity of the autopilot, or to make the pilot study the autopilot. If you look carefully at your daily routine, you will see that a lot of things you do automatically. If there is any failure, then you might be late for some place, forget to do something, have a conflict, etc. It happens because of the failure in the algorithm. In the West and in the East, this issue is treated differently. In the East, they try to augment the cognition by rearranging the function of the subconscious onto the conscious level. The result is that people fall in schizophrenia, or in plain language lose their mind by doing different psychopractices. And that result is quite natural. We suggest a different approach. We admit that we have to study the functioning of the autopilot, how it works, what algorithms it has, what linear and cyclic modules it has, etc. We have to realize that the amount of information we have to process is enormous. If you try to memorize all this information or get referred to it, then you will simply drown in it. That is why it is better to let the autopilot deal with all this information. But what is interesting to know is what is the criterion of inerrancy or inaccuracy of subconscious functioning. There is one good word for that: mode. You need to enable a certain mode for that. It is not for nothing that the word mode and the word mood are similar, because you can turn this mode by getting yourself into a certain mood. The right mood will make sure that the autopilot will apply to the pilot in order to turn the required mode. So this is one of the main criteria of inerrancy or inaccuracy of the subconscious algorithm. That means if you get up in bad mood in the morning, you will be processing the incoming information with errors during the day. If you keep yourself in good mood, then you have a better chance to live the day smoothly, and the events will play mostly in favor. Why does it work this way? Let me explain. To do that, I need to refer to emotions. What is an emotion? Emotion is a bunch of very densely packed information in the subconscious. You cannot splash out all this information into your conscious level. Otherwise, you will just flip your lid. The conscious is able to process only 15-16 bits per second and keep under control 7, 8, 9 objects in one time. The subconscious level processes billions of gigabytes of information per second. There are different ways to look at the world, kaleidoscopically and mosaically. If a person has the kaleidoscopic worldview, he is unable to properly unpack the emotion from the autopilot. If a person has the mosaic worldview, then he is able to decipher the bunch of information coming from the subconscious.